What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So in this video, we are talking about we have the first major response from the comments and stuff that the president made in last night's press conference. So that's what we're going to talk about here. Thank you for joining me. Please consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Check out my other channels: JMD Drummer, JMDPLAY, ClearTalk. Well, you're on ClearTalk. One-time donation there, or JMD Nation Patreon, $3 a month there. If you would like, it's cool. If you don't, any support you give is very much appreciated. So thank you very, very much. So, all right. So we had that groundbreaking announcement last night from our anti-war and anti-interventionist President Donald Trump, where he plans. Our plan is to relocate Palestinians to another piece of land or lands, build beautiful houses and stuff for them to live, so that we can then clear out Gaza and build it up real nice and beautiful, for it to be a place for the world's people. Yeah. It was very, very eloquently, very eloquently put. It's such a twist on the reality of what it really is, which is ethnic cleansing and imperialist takeover of Palestinian land for money and power. And all at the hands of America for Israel. I shit you not. We had the video yesterday. I was pissed off. I was going off like crazy in that video, admittedly. We're 24 hours out, or roughly, yeah. So I'm still extremely annoyed, but whatever. All right, so we've had the outcries all across media today. You had immediate it seemed to be immediate confusion in the White House, from a lot of White House staff and also representatives and senators and stuff, questioning, because they seemed to be surprised by it, as if they didn't know. So that was a little weird. Kind of goes against the whole thing that he said, where this has been like, this was not a hard decision to come by, and that he's been looking at this for months now. Apparently he didn't share that with some of his White House, or anything like that, or the people in the party or whatnot. Some even were claiming that some of the looks and stuff that Netanyahu was even giving seemed to come off to them as surprising, as if he even seemed like he didn't know that it was going to happen. I don't exactly agree with that. I think he knew all along. I think he, helped it happen. And he was just gleeful and happy that it was happening, because now he can sit back and pretend like they had nothing to do with it. It was all Trump in the U.S. and whatnot. So anyway, moving on, we have an immediate response from a Democratic representative, Al Green from Texas. And, he is bringing articles of impeachment, or he announced that he will be bringing articles of impeachment against the president. So let's listen to him here. Let me zoom this in a little bit for you. There we go. That'll work. The movement to impeach the president has begun. I rise to announce that I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done. Damn, that's some good wording. All right, here he is. Let's watch.
And still I rise, Mr. Speaker. And I rise today, Mr. Speaker, with a to whom it may concern message. To whom it may concern, ethnic cleansing in Gaza is not a joke, especially when it emanates from the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, when he has the ability to perfect what he says. Ethnic cleansing in Gaza is no joke, and the Prime Minister of Israel should be ashamed, knowing the history of his people, to stand there and allow such things to be said. Ethnic cleansing has been a crime against humanity. And I stand here today in the well to denounce what was said, to denounce what the president said, to denounce the complicity of the Prime Minister of Israel, and to remind people that Dr. King was right. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And injustice in Gaza is a threat to justice in the United States of America. I rise to announce that the movement to impeach the president has begun. I rise to announce that I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done. I also rise to say that the impeachment movement is going to be a grass-up movement, not a top-down. The people have got to move forward. The people have to demand it. And when the people demand it, it will be done. I did it before. I laid the foundation for impeachment, and it was done. Nobody knows more about it than I. And I know that it's time for us to lay the foundation again. On some issues, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all. On this issue, I stand alone, but I stand for justice. I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back. Members are reminded to refrain from engaging in personalities toward the president.
Whatever. Representative Al Green. Bravo. Bravo. Yeah. Bravo. Says Jamie Raskin, Democrat and representative of Maryland's 8th Congressional District, has also spoken about a possible impeachment of Donald Trump. On Tuesday, February 4th, Raskin was asked whether he would consider impeaching the newly elected president over illegal executive overreach, to which Raskin replied, "Find me 2 Republicans and I'll go to work tomorrow." So yeah. There you go. The announcement's been made. Now, I don't know. I don't know, what legal lanes they will go about. I'm pretty certain that there are some, because, ethnic cleansing is illegal. It's a crime against humanity. according to the articles from Geneva Convention that was, established after World War II. So you cannot do that. This is, something that Israel has been attempting to do for decades. It was it's something that they have, talked about, that has been brought up several times, and even, in moments in history of Israel, has been frowned upon by people in the government and stuff like that, when because there have been far right arguments for this in the Israeli government in the past, and they have been struck down by other members, and, as irreparable, uh, as horrible, uh, and has been, it's been pushed back and pushed back, because it is, it's just something that you just don't do. Um, and it's been looked bound by the international community, uh, you know, all this time, and now we have, and this has been talked about by far right members of the Netanyahu, defense, whatever, um, committee, or whatever, meeting from Smotrich and Ben Gvir, and they've been bringing up this from the get go, that they wanted to flatten, and they wanted to get them out and push them out. This has been, the speech all along. Uh, and then here comes, Trump waddling his little ass up, and just takes it completely on, um, and even fucking taking credit for the idea. Stupid enough to even taking credit for the idea. Um, and trying to present it in this sort of humanitarian, like, moral, uh uh, uh just weird way, that to make it seem justified. It's beyond words. This is unprecedented for, um, for a United States president to do. Um, this is illegal, point blank. And the reason why Netanyahu has been issued a warrant for his arrest from the ICC. Now, uh, International Criminals Court, United States may not want to recognize that, and that's, I think, is irresponsible of us, of our government, and our stance in the world as it is. But nevertheless, it is accepted by the majority of the world, and um, I mean, it is, the whole impeachment process, and the idea of impeachment has just really been blown out of proportion for, at least the last decade, or so. Um, and it's really just been, it's become this sort of just catchword kind of, uh, uh, silliness kind of action by both parties, honestly. Um, because, for one, even the times that they've attempted to do it, or played in this, the uh, laying out the cases for it, have just been ridiculous. Um, mapped roads or whatever legal decisions in trying to actually impeach. It's just been stupid reasons. There have been way better reasons to impeach, Trump previously, uh, outside of the reasons that they actually, attempted to and did, in the end of the first term. Much more reasons that would have been even much more honorable, even to impeach him on. But they didn't take those routes. And of course, the impeachments against Biden, same damn thing. It was just absolutely silliness out of the Republican Party, where there was arguably other avenues they could have went, that would have made more sense. But here in this moment, I don't want it to be misconstrued or for it to be laughed off that this is a silly thing to do. In my honest opinion, if these articles are brought for this reason, I think it is the most honorable reason a president could be impeached. And quite frankly, if this is the one way we could, even though it's it could be looked at as a political sort of bad lane to do it. If this is a possible way to stop Trump from what he's doing, fine, do it. Let it go to the courts, let it be figured out, or let it be discussed amongst Congress. Let them do the investigations. Let them do whatever it takes. And if it comes down and they get the majority vote and it happens, and then it goes to the Senate and it goes through the Senate, I mean, it happens, then so be it. And then we'll have to deal with J.D. Vance and his nonsense, which at this point I'm not even sure is even any better. Although he probably could be reined in. Yeah. So I'm all for it. I don't care at this point. This shit has gone absolutely ridiculous, and I don't care. So yeah, I welcome it. As silly as some may make it out to be, I think if there's, like I said, if there's a reason, a legitimate reason to legally impeach a president for something that they have done or said or whatever. Now that's the only thing. That's the only thing I can argue here is that this is just words. If there were actions behind it, it probably would make it more like legit. So I don't know how well it would work with just rhetoric. I mean, rhetoric in itself is, defamatory on the U.S. I mean, to some degree. I guess that could be argued. It certainly can hurt our security and status in the on the international scene. Not to mention economically. So I mean, I don't know if there's legal precedent there for that or argument there. But now, if there was actual action taken at some point here in the near, future, it might make it even more. I'm sure that would actually make it more real. Actual legal, like, hardcore impeachable offense. So I don't know. I don't know how that would work. But hell, it's worth it, in my opinion, to do something to try to stop this maniac and the maniacs that he has brought into the White House and into our government. Because this shit's just getting insane. It's getting out of hand. and I don't want him ruining this country. As much as some people may think that I, hate my country because I criticize it and I, certain parts of it and want to see things done differently, I do love this country. I do love the people in it, and I want to see the best for it. I don't want to see it destroyed. I don't want to see families destroyed or, the health, risks on people's, risk being taken on people's health or well-being or whatever. I'm not a selfish person. I'm not someone who only concerns with what's affecting me, like most Republicans out there, most conservatives, and even some Democrats. I'm someone who actually thinks and concerns myself with everybody's well-being. So that's what I fight for. That's what I argue for. That's what I vote for. That's what I, so, you want to hate me on that. You want to, call me this or that, whatever. But I promise you, Donald Trump is a bigger risk to the United States than I am, or my thoughts or ideas, or my policies. I can promise you that. Anyways, thank you very much. Let me know in the comments what you think about the impeachment idea. Is it too early? Is it not enough there for it yet? Even if it isn't right now, from a legal standpoint, I'm not so sure that it won't be very soon. But let me know what you think. And yeah, until next time, peace. ClearTalk, I'm out.